Yo, what is up everyone? Jay here with another Fire Emblem Heroes reaction video to this month's Mythic hero that has just been revealed, and it is none other than Arval from Three Hopes. I hope I'm saying their name right. I didn't really play Three Hopes, so I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, but I don't know too much about them, obviously, because I just said I didn't play Three Hopes, but all I know is that they talk to Shez, and they're kind of like this counterpart to Sothis, if I'm right about that. But yeah, so they are here as a anima defense Mythic, and we all kind of expected it to be Arval, maybe the off chance it'd be someone else, but it's Arval, and they are a colorless infantry mage, so they bring some really unique and some new things to the table. I like how they were implemented here, so let's go over their skills and what they got. So Rite of Souls gives them -1 special cooldown, of course, and at the start of turn inflicts the guard status on foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit that have less res than Arval. So this is a big middle finger to GALEFORCE strategies and just triggering specials in general. So this weapon is really good for that, because we've seen a lot of guard effects in the game, obviously, and some units can inflict that guard status, but having this within this big range is huge. So, and also being the fact that they are a defense mythic, so having this effect is really good. And then if your unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants the standard plus $5 stats and deals some true damage equal to 20% of the unit's res, and the foe cannot make a follow-up attack. So yeah, like I said, this weapon is going to be great against units that, and players that just love to have initiating GALEFORCE strategies like Brave Seliph coming in, Brave Crom. There's so many units that can GALEFORCE, and this weapon is going to help stop that. So Rite of Souls is really good. They come with Glacies, which is going to hit really hard because they're going to have a lot of res, especially with this A skill duality that gives them attack res +9. And then we get into the juicy part of this skill, which grants them weapon triangle advantage and inflicts weapon triangle disadvantage on red, blue, and green foes during combat. So pretty much almost at all times, Arval's at an advantage. The only time where they're not at an advantage is against colorless units. So they can have the advantage against red, blue, and green foes. That's huge because a lot of units in the game obviously are red, blue, and green. So the fact that they can have the advantage against them is amazing, and it's going to help their matchups a lot. And they can also neutralize effects that boost values along with weapon triangle disadvantage, or reduce values along with weapon triangle disadvantage on unit and foe. So I think this means that also stops Raven Tomes, for example, even though you never see those anymore. They're very rare. Even if you have a Raven Tome, Arval can shut that down, I think. So that's amazing. And at start of combat, if they're alive, they also have the guaranteed follow-up attack. So duality with the Rite of Souls gives them really good support, because you can have guard effects and just help your ally survive. And not even just GALEFORCE, but also just triggering their special in general, because you're going to have that guard effect on them because you're probably going to have more res than them. And also having the advantage against most units in the game is going to be huge, and it's going to make them really annoying to take out. We'll have to see those stats though, because obviously they're going to have a lot of res to make use of their weapon. But if their defense is really low, it might not even matter that they have weapon triangle advantage, because you're facing an offensive powerhouse. Weapon triangle advantage might not even matter. So we'll have to see though. Hopefully it's not too low and not too high. So that is their weapon and their A skill, and they also come with attack res tempo and attack res oath, which is going to be annoying to deal with. So even though they are definitely supportive, like they can be supportive, this A skill lets them thrive in combat because they have the tempo skill to stop guard effects, and they also have attack res oath to be annoying, and they can get a lot of stats. So, and also true damage. So I guess the one advantage for you facing Arval is the fact that they don't have damage reduction. There's no innate damage reduction in any of this, so that's one thing to keep in mind. But the fact that they have that weapon triangle advantage against most units, that's not every unit that isn't colorless, is crazy. So I like what they did here. It's something new and something unique. So yeah, that is Arval, and here they are destroying this green thief. And let's go into the rest of the units on the banner. So this banner's overall it's kind of lopsided, I'd say, across the colors, because colorless has the best colors easily. The rest of the units, there can be some duds in here, so watch out. But yeah, so colorless has Elamine and also has Askir. I'd say colorless is the best color on this banner easily, and then next is green, and then I'd say next is blue, and then red, because red, even though you have two mythic dancers, Lif is here, and you may not even want the mythic dancers, and the fodder overall for these 3 units isn't the greatest. Green, I'd say second best, because you have Letizia, who has some pretty stacked fodder, Atri, who is a pretty good unit actually, and then Oter, even though he's not the best mythic, he's still a mythic, so he can give that value. And then blue, I'd say, is third best because Sane, he's a pretty unique Cavalier, even though Brave Crom is just way better than him in pretty much every aspect. And then Valencia Est, really good Lance Flyer. It's just she's in a Lance Flyer class, and that's super saturated. Oh, excuse me. So Est is still pretty good, and she has some pretty unique fodder. And then Legendary Crom, even though he's not as good as his Valentine version, still annoying. And if you're trying to merge him up, go for it. So I'd say the best, I'm just going to say it again, best is colorless, green, blue, and then red. So, a lot of people are going to go in for colors for sure, because you have the new Arval, who's amazing, Mythic, Elamine, who's one of the best units in the game, I'd say, not only on defense, but also, like, Elamine's helped me a lot in Summer Duels, for example, just having that Holy Ground skill. But Elamine's amazing, shutting down any kind of annoying unit like Bride Catria. And then Asker is just one of the best beast units in the game. Great frontliner, great annoying tank. He's just so hard to take down with his true damage reduction. So, a lot of people are definitely going to go hard on colorless. And I'm kind of tempted to go for Arval, because they would be really nice to have, especially for my defense that from the past few months I've been seeing, like, GALEFORCE strategies kind of rip my team apart, because it's so easy to initiate with, like, Brave Seliph and, like, Summer Edelgard and stuff, units like that. So having this might help mitigate that for sure. And they're easily the best Anima Mythic, even though that's not that hard to do, because there's not too much competition in Anima Mythics. And I don't even, is Arval like the first Anima Mythic we've had in like over a year or something? It's been a long time, I feel like. But like the competition isn't that much. You have Oter, who's not really the best. You have Lif, I think he's Anima, right? You have Lif, who's not really the best. You have Duma, who's all right. I think he definitely got a lot better with his remix for sure. And then Saros, who's also pretty decent as well. I'd say I put Duma and Saros in like the same tier. And then Mirabilis, she's a dancer, so of course she's going to have that inherent value. But easily, in my opinion, Arval's the best Anima Mythic. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the banner, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below if you comment, and wish you luck on your summons. And yeah, that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Leave it a like if you enjoyed. And please stay safe out there. Peace out.